Maybe I'm wrong. We'll give it 1 sec. Oh god, why does this look like spoiled, like up above?
Oh no, but the boulder's still there. My one hope for this match. Let's see how long it lasts.
We'll give it a shot, but we can all appreciate the Summit Orcane, which is lit. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And the noise that I think it makes out of puddle whenever you pair or whenever you taunt is the cutest thing in the entire game.
Oh,
so
and the string of back airs, just destruction, dude. Okay. Renzo is going in, dude. Wow, look at this. Using the detonations, using all that just to kind of make sure that it doesn't feel comfortable for his opponent to be moving around.
Yeah, I mean, and it gets the side B off the puddle, and that kills as well. Just great play coming out right now from Renzo.
Ooh.
Really showing the pay to win is in effect. Skins get wins. Never forget that. But yeah, we got 2-stock lead and 50% on the Kragg right now.
God, the movement from Renzo is really good. He knows exactly the distance of like dash dance, or sorry, he knows exactly the distance of dash attack and what Boulders wants to do, and did a good job of just moving just outside of it and then having the counterplay. But Boulders is doing a better job of like using specials and poking with down B, for instance.
Yeah, and we're seeing, Boulders getting some 3% in right here, but that ends up getting, working against him as the down B ends up getting parried, and it's such a punishable move, especially now that they have, take away some of the iframes, made it easier to punish. But we see first game going over to Renzo right now. What do you think he has to do to improve for the second game?
I think he needs to chill and
what
not
Boulders has to do. Yeah.
I think Boulders just needs to chill and not overextend and just start using down B more. He was doing that effectively. Just break down small things. Just have one goal. And don't make it something that's too broad, like win the game. Just make it something that's simple, like I need to think about naring more, or I need to think about faring more. Just think of one aspect that you think that would be, beneficial, and then focus on it. So going into this game, I would say nair more. Or I would say also to cut off Renzo's movement more. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, I think a thing that separates, the average player from a good player, or, a good player from a great player, can be that you can have good fundamentals and you can have good game knowledge, but if you're not able to, turn those into a cohesive game strategy and make it something where you know what you're doing and you have a clear objective, then it can absolutely work against you. If, trying all these different things and you don't really seem yourself to know what you're, trying to get done in the game.
Okay, there you go. This is much better. So we saw a little bit more rock play. I don't know. Seems like there's a bunch of stuff that's getting whipped, and it looks like Boulder's just looking for those stray hits. Ooh, finally gets that bear. He's trying to do some option coverage, which I can appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of down Bs coming out from Boulders right here. And I mean, he's not, at least this match hasn't been punished for it too hard.
Boulders has constantly been trying to cover the high option. I would kind of encourage him to think more about the option that's directly in front of him. That F-Strong's being able to push him further and further out. Good job there by covering him up with the boulder.
I'm surprised the F-Strong didn't kill there. He's a very high percent, but just good DI coming out from Renzo.
Yeah, for sure. If he had RAR'd before he got to the up air, he would have had a better chance. Ooh, down tilt?
Parry. He's at 169 against a Kragg. This should not be happening.
There is another opportunity here. Jump back. He tries to... Interesting. Instead of going directly for him, he just puts it straight up.
Yeah, and we can see he actually floats, jumps on the side, and he's forced up B. And Boulders comes in with a quick punish on that one. So right here, how quickly can Renzo take this stock?
There's the F-Strong while he was holding the rock. That's the most terrifying moment of a Kragg's life.
Yo, you gotta be very careful with that rock, because if someone catches you out with it, you're gonna have a bad time.
Ooh, there's the fair, pushes him further and further out. Ooh, this is so close. There's a chance Boulders could take this next stock too. He's already matching percent. This is not looking good for Renzo.
Yeah, I think Renzo has to start just getting back on the stage without using special. I think if, Boulders is on the other side, it's safe to just land without having to worry about it that much. Because we've seen, some side Bs directly into Boulders, and that's ended up causing him some problems.
I think Boulders is showing off that he has mechanical prowess. Between, like, the wavelands and, like, him getting good positioning or just knowing where he needs to put stuff just outside of the range, trying to attempt to punish people for pressing buttons. I think he has some good mechanical knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Renzo, fishing for that parry right there. And it's the worst thing when you're trying so hard to get a parry and they're going to try and hit you, but they just miss, do like a mechanical error or a flub, and they just keep on missing and you never get the parry off and you get punished for it.
Oh, yeah. The most painful, dude.
Absolutely. But,
God.
I mean, he's trying to bring it back as best as he can.
Oh, he did it, dude. Like I'm saying, dude, that's his hallmark. He uses down B super, super well.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't even have to throw it out for the sake of hitting. Like you said, they can just eliminate options from the enemy player and force them into situations where he can cover pretty much everything.
I think Boulders is just gonna be able to take that game. He's just solid, dude. Like he didn't do anything like crazy showmanship. It was like a pretty slow game, and clearly they don't have like 0 to deaths on each other, and it was a lot of stray hits. But like, I mean, watching that, it was a lot of like, okay, towards the end, I'm gonna get more of these down Bs. They're gonna set up into fairs, hold that, and then they eventually just led into eventual deaths. But I mean, Boulder strikes me as someone who is mechanically solid, who is learning the game and is learning it pretty well. I would say, like, if you're going to choose decisions for, like, where you're going to putting dash attacks and whatnot, that he aims towards the back of the dash dance, potentially, because sometimes he puts it in the middle and it doesn't work.
Right, and I mean, at the start of this third game, he tried playing on the ground level, he tried, doing the thing that he's been doing, but the way this stage is set up, there's not that many, platforms that you can rely on to get, down B and get that unexpected spike as he, changes level. So he's trying the best he can with those high platforms right there, just stay back, play the game that he's been trying to do, where, he eliminates options and he gets, the read or gets the outplay. But it's not working out too well for him right now.
There's the back air into the up air. Jesus. All that shrinks the other. That's a big percentage.
I think the most impressive thing is that, I don't think anyone's heard of Boulders. I've never heard of him. I don't know anyone who's ever talked about him. And he's showing up strong. Renzo is no pushover. So this is absolutely great, and this is, wonderful to see here.
Is he going to be able to hold together?
Close, but yeah, that weight is just helping Kragg so much.
Dude, look at this. Boulders is just chilling. He does not care about approaching if he doesn't have to. He's going to try to use projectile. He's going to try using down B. He's going to say, dude, you're eventually going to have to come to me, and you're not going to like it, because I'm going to give you that up air. You're going to get the business.
Yeah, I think Kragg holding his rock above his head and just standing still is the most come at me bro thing I can think of in this entire game. Because it's just, what are you going to do? And you force them into an option, and you show that you're willing to be more patient than them.
Renzo eroding that last stock, and is now choosing to just go in. He's not going to try to let Boulders get a chance to do his down Bs, pull out his rocks, none of that. Ooh, he landed perfectly onto the third one. Good punish. Yeah, I think Renzo just needs to get on him and then just not let him breathe.
Yeah, but even with that, we see Renzo was trying to go in aggressive, and Boulders was able to counter it. He was able to, get the nair. He was able to ward off the aggression, which is what Kragg is good at, but he has so many diverse playstyles. So if Boulders can incorporate all of them, I think he may be able to actually hold this one out.
Poor DI, pushing himself into the bottom right corner. Renzo has a chance to try to build up percentage here by using Puddle as well as using Fair, and then he could build up the percentage and look for that finish, but right now he is losing tempo. This is a bad look.
Absolutely, and I mean, it's not over yet. That F strong is not going to end up actually finishing it, but he's at 120. He can absolutely get a parry, get a read, and even things up, but he has to do it quickly. If Boulders get oh, that's gonna do it. If Bolus was able to get 20-30% there, it would have been great. But now it's anyone's game.
Bad. He's gonna use down B. Chris stacks up every one of these aerials.
God.
Jesus, dude,
Holy!
Get out of here!
Oh,
crap! And
that was
just
incredible.
from that alone, we saw the absolute destruction of this man. 0 to 100 real quick. Someone start playing Drake, please, because that's stupid.
Like, where was the thing I'm wondering is where was that the rest of the set? Because like, as we mentioned, he was playing very defensive. He was able to pick his fights, but at the end he just exploded.
Where was your DI, dog? Like, come on! Holy crap!